In the bustling heart of Kumasi, where taxi horns echoed like restless drums and market vendors shouted over the hum of daily struggle, there lived a young boy named Kojo. He wasn't rich. He didn't have fancy clothes, or even a proper home. But he had something rare, hands that could fix anything. From broken radios to cracked phone screens, Kojo had a gift for mending things that others threw away. One day, as the golden sun stretched across the tin rooftops, Kojo sat under a mango tree repairing a small toy car for a crying child. His tools were few: a bent screwdriver, a piece of wire, and faith. The little boy smiled when Kojo handed the toy back, running off as if he'd been given a new world. Kojo watched him go, a quiet smile on his face. But behind that smile, there was pain, the kind that no one could repair. Kojo's father had left years ago, chasing promises in the city that never came true. His mother worked long hours washing clothes for others. Every night, Kojo would sit outside their small shack, staring at the stars, whispering, "Someday, I'll fix more than broken toys. I'll fix lives." But fate had its own test waiting. One rainy afternoon, a sleek black car stopped near Kojo's stand. A well-dressed man stepped out, holding a broken watch. His suit alone was worth more than Kojo had ever seen. "Can you fix this?" the man asked, his voice deep and impatient. Kojo took the watch carefully, opened it with his trembling hands, and after a few minutes of delicate work, he handed it back. "It's done, sir." The man raised an eyebrow. The watch ticked perfectly. "Impressive. How much?" Kojo hesitated. "Whatever you think it's worth." The man smiled faintly and gave him a single coin. "That's enough." Then he drove away, splashing mud across Kojo's clothes. Kojo stood in silence, rain dripping down his face, coin in hand. Not because of the insult, but because he saw something familiar in that man's eyes. A kind of loneliness hidden behind wealth. "Even the rich are broken," he whispered. That night, Kojo sat with his mother as thunder rolled outside. "Mama," he said softly, "do you think some people forget how to feel?" She smiled sadly. "Sometimes, Kojo. But those who fix hearts never forget." Kojo decided that day, he wouldn't just repair things. He would repair people, one act of kindness at a time. Weeks passed. Kojo's name began to spread through the market, not just as the boy who fixed radios, but as the boy who listened. He'd sit with the lonely old woman whose husband had died years ago, repairing a broken kettle while listening to her stories. He'd fix a vendor's balance scale and refuse payment when he knew they couldn't afford it. In a world where everyone was too busy surviving, Kojo gave something priceless: time. But one morning, life shifted again. The same black car returned. The door opened, and the same rich man stepped out, only this time, he wasn't alone. In his arms, he carried a small girl, unconscious and pale. "Help me," he said desperately. Kojo froze. I'm not a doctor." "I know," the man said, voice breaking. "But she used to smile when I brought her toys you fixed. I thought maybe you could bring her back too." Tears welled in Kojo's eyes. He placed his hand on the girl's cold fingers. "Sir," he whispered, "some things can't be fixed with tools. But they can be healed with heart." He ran to fetch clean water, covered the girl with a blanket, and comforted the man as he wept for the first time in years. The next day, the girl woke up. Weak, but alive. The doctor said she'd been sick from exhaustion and stress. The man couldn't stop thanking Kojo. "You reminded me what matters," he said. "I forgot that love can fix what money can't." From that day on, Kojo's repair stall turned into a symbol of hope. People came not just with broken radios or clocks, but with broken hearts. He would listen, encourage, and remind them that no life is too damaged to be repaired. One evening, as the sun melted into a crimson horizon, the rich man returned once again, this time walking, no car, no pride. He placed a brand new set of tools in front of Kojo. "These are for you," he said, smiling. "For the boy who fixed more than my watch, you fixed my life." Kojo looked at the tools, then at the man's daughter playing nearby. He realized something powerful, that true success wasn't about riches, but the lives you touch along the way. Years later, Kojo opened a small workshop called Hearts and Hands. Its sign read, "We fix more than what's broken." The little boy who once mended toys under a mango tree had now become a man who mended souls. People traveled from far and wide, not for what he repaired, but for how he made them feel whole again. One afternoon, A young boy approached Kojo's shop holding a cracked toy car, the same kind Kojo once fixed long ago. "Can you fix this?" the boy asked shyly. Kojo smiled, his eyes soft with memory. "Of course, my son. That's what we do here." As he repaired the toy, Kojo realized that life had come full circle. Every act of kindness, every tear, every repaired piece had led him here. He looked at the old coin still sitting on his shelf, the same one the rich man had once tossed at him. Now, it was a reminder, not of disrespect, but of how far he'd come. That night, Kojo stood under the same stars he used to stare at as a child. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying the laughter of the people he'd helped. "Mama," he murmured to the sky, "I fixed them. Just like you said." The stars seemed to shimmer brighter, as if the universe itself smiled back.